Testing, testing, testing. Dear people of the Interweb, hello, my name is, and welcome to my first video on my channel. Yay! So I know I sound crusty because I just took the best nap of life on a Sunday and I'm feeling it. Sunday is usually the day that I kind of disconnect, unplug, but something has kind of just been on my mind and I wanted to share. So let's talk about Doja, Meagan, and Lana. So Meagan, I mean Meagan Good. Doja the Cat and Lana del Rey. So I don't know what happened this weekend. I don't know what kind of drugs people are on this week, but here we are. Okay, here we are. And basically, before I start on this channel, I decided that I'm gonna try to dedicate one day out of the week to discuss whatever the heck is on my mind. Maybe we'll grow more, but for now, one video is good. You know what I'm saying? Just one video. That's alright. That's sexy. Anyway, so Lana, Doja, and Meagan. So I've been watching all these videos, all of this commentary on, Doja is a racist, Meagan is a bleacher, Lana is a hater. But honestly, it's Sunday, and I think in this year, God is teaching us a lot of lessons, right? And for me, one of the biggest things is to extend grace to people where I've been extended grace. And I think what this has brought me to is really uncovering a deeper seated problem, is that a lot of us have self-hatred. At the end of the day, all of us have been told to feel inadequate, unwanted, to be undesired. This is what the world teaches us, right? That even if you are perfect, right? Even if you are the standard of beauty, there's still something wrong, right? The only way that the world is able to profit is by teaching us that there is still something wrong with you. There's still something in you that needs fixing, right? There's still something that needs to be tweaked. You could be cute, but you could be perfect, but if you just do this one thing. And I was humbled because I tend to deal with this insecurity. All right, I'm a fat black girl, okay, period. I'm fat. I didn't say I'm thick. I'm fat, okay. I have a small build, but I got some meat on these bones. And if there's anything that bothers me the most, is the fact that I have a lack of volume in my gluteus maximus. Okay, there's no tush. It's no it's no fion. Okay, it's all back. And if there's any guys, y'all. If you don't understand, when Beyonce is talking about if you don't jump to put jeans on, then you don't feel my pain. I felt like I was single-handedly called out because I'm a fat black girl with no butts. It's different if I was a skinny black girl and I could say that I have a little booty because I'm skinty. But no, I'm fat, I'm black, no tush. And it hurts. It hurts. I've always felt like, bro, if I just had, if I just get this BBL, you know what I'm saying? I've always talked to my mom, my grandma, every other woman in my household has nyash. Even my brothers have nyash. They have butts. And I've just been kind of like the ugly duckling, not even necessarily, because I don't think anybody in my family, everyone knows that it's a big insecurity of mine, and nobody talks to it, but I feed into it, right? Like, society shows me that I'm undesirable because there's nothing in the back. There's nothing there that's showing my business, right? And I think about it too for these women, like, to think that you are a white, do you hear? White, hold on. Can you hear? A white woman in America, okay? And to still feel like you are somehow inadequate. You don't measure up to your competition. People who aren't even necessarily your competition. You just feel like you don't measure up. You are not worthy professionally. You are not worthy in your beauty. Let's talk about Meagan, okay? Meagan has been all of our cocoa butter kisses for years, from time. I'm talking about even before Cousin Skeeter. I'm talking about on Friday, bro. Everybody wanted to be that little girl that had the attitude with the ice cream. Are you kidding me? Okay? And people can talk about how they thought she was dark skinned. She was represented for the brown skin girls. Girl, she was light. She was light. And I still was just like, wow, she's such a beautiful woman. Like, she was just beautiful. And to still feel like I can't even present myself because I have some burns, because everybody has looked to me as something that's perfect. And if I'm anything but perfect, then I can't present myself. So what do? I have to fix the problem. I have to lighten up my skin, because you guys won't accept me if I'm not all one color. You guys won't accept me if I'm not perfect. We talk about Doja. I mean, it's so much with Doja. It's so much. And I just, my spirit is just forcing me to open my heart to tell people, like, listen, honestly, there is no way that you'll feel enough when I'm gonna get spiritual with y'all, because it's Sunday, you know what I'm saying? And God is, period. If you don't believe it, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm trying to tell you that there's still a chance for you to understand that God is, God was, and God will forever be. Okay, let me tell you something. When God in his own infinite wisdom decided to create the earth, right? He created human beings so that they could be in a place where they could dwell with the Maker. It wasn't until they were at the point, okay, where they were detached from God, that they felt like they needed to cover up, that they needed to add to what they were already. They were. God did his thing, right? And he was like, dang, that John is good. Like, I did that. Do you understand what it means? Like, okay, to be God all by himself, all right? God's sitting on the throne, all right? And he's like, listen, I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna make this. Do you know when you make your best dish, right? And you put your heart and soul, you like, this is gonna be an extension of me. And he said, look at this. I did that. And in doing that, he made them naked, okay? They were naked, but they were free because they were in his presence. They got to feel him. They got to be with him, a oneness with him. But immediately when they came out of his grace, when they came out of his glory, they felt like, oh my gosh, why are we naked? This isn't enough. I need to add leaves around me. I need to run away. We need to hide. Like, what is this? And it's the very same nature that we've adopted to this day. Okay? We look at ourselves, and even in our rawest forms, we are constantly criticizing ourselves, trying to figure out how will we then be enough. We add everything to ourselves. We accessorize. We decide that we're going to level up and get the biggest career. You know, we're going to start this $500,000 business. You know, we're going to do all of this. And in the midst of Corona, we've all had those moments where it's like, no, I need to boss up, right? Like I need to level up. But for real, how can you level up when you constantly feel like a part of you is missing? Can I propose and suggest to you that the part of you that's missing is really just the Spirit of God? It's where you started from. It's the very essence of our nature. We yearn for this connection to the Spirit. It's why we have people on Instagram and Twitter talking about how spiritual they are, but they don't realize that they need to connect to the right spirit. That's the Holy Spirit. So I'm here to suggest to you today, if you're feeling empty, if you're another black girl with no butt, okay? If you are a biracial woman who's searching and has been searching and yearning for someone to love and accept their identity. If you are a brown girl, a black girl, an Asian girl, whoever, whatever color of the spectrum, and you just feel like you're incomplete, if you feel like you're in competition and you just never will measure up to be number one, let me suggest to you that there's someone named Jesus who loves and cares for you. I can get into the whole story about how he died on the cross, how his blood was shed simply before you were born because he knew that there was something that you would be needing one day. And where you're feeling void, he's willing to come in and step into that situation and say, look, I have made you whole. It's so beautiful how God works. And I just want to extend grace to these women because old me would have been like, they canceled, they're mad. But honestly, really just extend grace to these women because I know that there are certain moments in our own lives where we feel like we're not good enough. And if you do feel that way, I'm telling you, Jesus is the answer. He is the solution. He is the all in all. And that connection that you so desperately desire, that area where you so desperately need fixing, invite him in and he'll do the rest. Thank you, y'all. This has been episode 1 of Dear People of the Interwebs. And this was fun. I thought that I was going to be on here longer, but we'll see where life takes us. And I'm just grateful, to have officially started a platform. Oh! Somebody call my mama. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love and appreciate you. And wherever you are, share with your friends. If not, it's cool. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be back next week to share more with you. Peace out.